You're listening to the Epic Stories podcast, presented by Earlham College. Here's your hosts, Tanaka and Carlton.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Epic Story podcast. My name is Tanaka.
My name is Carlton.
Our guest for today is Sohyun. So to start, can you please tell us how you end up coming to Earlham and where you're from?
I'm from South Korea, and I came to Earlham because one of the grad school students is from South Korea, and he was, I think, my mom's aunt's friend's son, which is really complex, but he told me like the nice advantages of Earlham and like the really small and like tight community for each other, and like she told me it will be a nice start for me, like because it was the first time coming to America. So I thought it was a nice opportunity to come here.
All right, that sounds good. Did you come in as a freshman or as a transfer student?
Oh, I am a transfer student. I transferred at 2004 at fall semester. And I transferred as, this is also complex.
Okay.
I transferred as a junior, but I'm practically graduating at 2027. Because I am planning to go to dental school, and the dental school wants me to listen to a lot of credits in America. So I'm trying to figure that out.
All right.
Okay. Do you know which dental school you want to go to?
My dream school is Michigan, like just like legit Michigan. But like it's not a really hard school to go, so yeah, I really want to go to Michigan. And also maybe I'm thinking about North Carolina because the grad school student went to North Carolina and he is doing his dental degree there. So yeah, I'm thinking of those both schools and like other opportunities also. Just pick me.
That's really nice.
Okay.
So, what's your major?
My major is biochemistry.
Okay. I know maybe we should have started with this question, but maybe you can tell us a bit more about yourself besides, like, you know, where you're from and how you came to Earlham.
I started as a bioengineering major in South Korea, and then I came here and I changed to biochemistry. I'm interested in both majors, which is like bioengineering is more of an engineering, chemistry is more of a chemistry, and I just plan to become I started to plan to go to dental school because I was interning in one of the Korean institutions of toxicology in Korea, and I figured out maybe research is not my style and not my, like, it doesn't match with my lifestyle because like it's like almost 24/7. I need to go to lab and I need to stay in the lab for a long time and then earn like minimum money. Minimum wage of money. So yeah, that's why I started, maybe I could figure out some other jobs, and then I figured out dentistry is a nice thing to go to. So yeah, that's why I think that's probably the thing that I want to talk about.
That's really nice. So I'm just curious, as a transfer student, right? When you came here at Earlham, do you feel like you had the support from, like, you know, we have career coaches, or did you access any of those resources?
Yeah, I felt that I have like a family in Earlham now after like after one semester, because I feel the best part of Earlham is like the tight bond, and the faculty members are so nice to like newcomers.
Yeah.
So I first started talking because like I'm interested in like global health or like health majors. I started talking with the career coach, and I think that was like who I first talked with was Nico, one in the CGH team. So I started talking with him. He is like almost my best supporter in this school because like he gives me a lot of opportunities. He also hired me. He's my boss. Yeah, so like the faculty member is really nice, and like I feel I'm really welcomed when I came to Earlham.
Yeah, that's really good to know.
That's really nice.
You said that Nico is your boss.
Mm-hmm.
So do you work for the Center for Global Health?
Yeah, I am managing the Instagram for the CGH account,
Mm-hmm.
and like I just post bunch of stuffs. Yeah, if people are following CGH, like they will know that I post bunch of stuffs actually.
What kind of stuff do you post?
I post events. I actually last semester we didn't have like big events for the CGH team, so my goal, because like Nico gave me freedom to post anything that I want. He just told me like just don't go over the line, just like
Okay.
post anything that you want. So actually my goal was to make more people follow the Instagram and get more engaged to the Instagram.
Yeah.
So I figured out if I start interviewing the people in Earlham, they will kind of, like if your friends, like if I interviewed your friend and like posted on Instagram,
Yeah.
they will start like reposting it and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sharing it and then following the account more.
Yeah.
So I started sharing what people's goals are, what people's dreams are, and it actually worked. Like after I got like hired, I think more people followed the Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then like these days, like it's National Health Week. Actually, this week is National Health Week.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So we are having like big events every day. Like we're
Yeah.
having like guests and then like talking about those. So we're posting these kinds of things.
I think this is a big week in terms of events for
That is actually true.
Earlham, yeah, because there's also for the athletes. It
Mm.
was like D3 week. It's also Africa week, and you said it's also like Health week, and I think there's like a few other things going on. So is actually quite busy so far.
That is true.
Yeah. I was also like just wondering, besides the Center for Global Health, have you been involved with any other centers? For example, maybe something to do with like entrepreneurship or
Oh, I have been doing a lot of projects. As I remember this semester, I was working for the Hult Prize, which was a big thing. I think it was a big thing in Earlham. It was an entrepreneurship like
Yeah.
activity. Our team were trying to make a oral hygiene product,
Okay.
which is like eco-friendly, and we got on second prize. I don't exactly know the term for it.
Mhm.
I think it was like the runner's prize or something.
Yeah, runner up.
But like we're trying to figure out to like make the products anyway, because like we think it's like potential and like it's a nice product. And also I'm trying to do a campaign, because like after that project I kind of became really interested in preventive oral care. So I am now doing a campaign about like preventive oral care in Earlham, and then I'm planning to spread it out in Richmond. Yeah, so
Wow.
it's a really cool project.
Yeah, that's
I'm
pretty cool.
impressed.
I think I was at the Hult Prize presentations when you guys presented your oral hygiene, right? I think it was called Flossy.
yes.
Yeah, I remember watching you guys present. You guys were like so concise. It looked like you really knew your stuff, right? And I definitely think that it has a lot of potential, and you should go ahead to like manufacture it, because I would definitely buy it myself, because I also struggle with like having to floss separately and then also like on top of brushing. So having it like in one thing would be cool.
Yeah, like if it's okay, can I explain it?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
a little?
Actually, I was
Because-
going
yeah,
to ask
actually,
this
yeah,
actually
yeah,
more,
yeah.
but because it's like a
because like I want to promote my product.
because also
I'm
I'm
trying to
curious in
promote
how
it.
you even came up with the idea, because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
really
because actually the first part, like how we created the project, because it's a team project. We were trying to figure out a product to go out for Hult Prize. Actually, like frankly saying, we didn't have the product itself.
Mm-hmm.
It was like really intense. It was only like 1.5 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I was reading, because I'm doing an internship in North Carolina University in dental school in this summer. I'm using the Epic money for that journey.
Using
Yeah,
Epic Advantage this
so
summer.
I
Oh,
was
wow,
trying
okay.
to figure out that internship about like reading some papers about those, And then I just thought, like, where are all those flosses? Because, like, you just, like, floss and then throw it away. And, like, I was not sure if it melts or, like, if it goes away, like, how it goes away or these kind of things. And, like, at that time, I was seeing a documentary about turtles, which were, like, dying because of plastic. And, like, these kinds of, like, microplastic things. And then I thought maybe it'll be nice if, like, the floss itself is, like, really biodegradable. And, like, also the toothbrush is really biodegradable. And also, I'm a lazy person. So I thought maybe, like, oh, if I put those two together, it'll be nice for the lazy people because, like, they don't need to, like, do 3 tasks because, like, you need to brush, put it down, and then pick up the floss and then floss again, or these kinds of things.
Oh, wait. So are you saying the floss is combined to the toothbrush?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's really practical.
Yeah, that was our idea. Like, we were trying to figure out the design, and then we got a design, which is, like, not shown in that presentation we did, but, like, we're trying to figure out to convince other companies to maybe buy our design, or maybe we can make manufacturing, like, ourselves. So yeah, we're working on it.
I would be really curious because if I remember when you presented, it was like the 3 of you. So how did you, like, what criteria did you use to select the other members of the team, or did you come up with the idea together, or how did that work?
We actually the 2 members, Anna and Yosef, they did another project before this. Like, I think it was 72 hours boot camp, I think. They did that, and then I was talking to Anne, and I actually, when I was in Korea, I did bioinformatics, and, like, I did some statistics stuffs with coding or these kind of things. So I told her, like, maybe I can help you guys collect the big data and make it into a figure, like a paper figure or something, because that's what I did with coding. I took out, like, really big data and then, like, kind of made it into, like, a small data that they can see.
That people can use.
I worked in a visualizing job, like, when I was doing the coding stuffs and the internship in Korea. And then time passed. Like, we just talked about it, and, like, we were talking about maybe making a small business. And then time passed, and then that happened. Like, we only had 1.5 months. We wanted to go out in that competition anyway, and then we came up with an idea. So yeah, that's like, we didn't have a specific way of choosing the team members. It just, like, happened.
So that's really interesting because I was at the Hult Prize presentation, and I saw that you guys had a prototype. So did you, like, you had a prototype which you presented with? So did you come up with? How did you manage to build, like, the prototype in the 1 month and a half?
That's a nice. Are you talking about the exact prototype that I was holding? Because I was holding something on my hands, or are you talking about, like, the business model, or?
No, I think, like, the one you were holding.
That I actually, like, we were talking about how will it be more, like, convincing, because, like, this is the product that we were trying to make was not in this world. Like, there were some products like similar looking, but it was not exactly what we wanted to make. So we were watching the Shark Tank. Do you guys know the Shark Tank, the American TV show? We were watching the Shark Tank, and, like, we thought maybe if we have a product itself, it'll be really convincing. And also we saw, I don't remember the exact name of the movie, but, like, there was a movie, and, like, one of the scenes was they were trying to sell a pen, and, like, they were like, showing it and, like, sell me this pen. And I thought, oh, that's clever, and maybe we can make a product itself. So the thing was, like, I wanted to make, like, the beneath part of the floss, like, kind of changeable, and I wanted to show that to the audience. So I broke down one of the flosses that I had. Yeah, like, you know, like, the small tips, like, they have, and, like, I broke it out, and then I just pasted on the toothbrush.
Okay.
So it actually, if you're far away, it looks like one product. Yeah, so that's what I was, like, aiming for. It was, like, far away, you think it's, like, one product.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah, you think, like,
That's a
oh my
good
gosh, that
pitch.
is so cool. What is that? Actually, one of the audience who were listening in that competition after everything was over, he actually came up to me and like he saw it and like he was like, "It's 2 parts." Like I thought it was 1 part. That's so weird. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, from afar, I thought you had like gone through a process, and even when you in the presentation when you explained like the manufacturing process, I was like, wow, you already have a manufacturing process, and then you have a product. Yes, I thought maybe it was like a project you guys had already been working on for some time.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That actually the manufacturing part was. It was like we were talking about it and then we figured out there are already flosses that are like 20%, 30% like biodegradable or these kind of things. So we thought if we get a potential material, because like the only different thing was like the potential material was different. So we thought, oh, maybe the manufacturing like process will be same and we can lower the price because the potential material we were looking for was like really cheap.
Yeah.
Like cheaper than other products. So yeah, that's why we had like already like how to make it a manufacturing process.
I see.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm really impressed. Congratulations once again. Shout out loud to Flossy. So now I'm also, I think when you were discussing, you mentioned something about your using your epic advantage in North Carolina. Can you like maybe share more about that?
So a quick background. I told you I did an internship in Korea. It was in a national toxicology like research center, and at there I did some immunology medicines, and what I did was take the big data, like it was an RNA sequencing like research center, and they will get the RNA things. I will like figure out how to show it, like visualize the RNA data. So I had that background and I came here and then I was talking to the grad school student and he told me he thinks like the research that I did was really similar to what he did in his undergrad school years, like in that, because like he was doing an internship in that lab also, like in the same lab. So he actually told me that, oh, maybe I can show your resume to my professor and maybe we can talk more about this situation. And then the professor liked my resume because like it was exactly what they were doing. The only different thing was they were using a different software.
Okay.
So that's how I got the internship, and because it's a non-funded internship, it's just like a really big opportunity for me. I just want to go there. So that's why I'm using the EPIC money in that internship.
Okay, so how has the process been for you to access your Epic Advantage money? Did you get some form of guidance from the career coaches, or how has it been?
That's the thing, like that thing. Nico helped me a lot.
Oh, so
like I was talking to him, like we were chatting as normal, and then like I said like, oh, I think it's time for me to use my Epic money, and then he said like, okay, I'll give you the forms, and he just gave all the forms to me. He explained it, and then yeah, that's how I just finished everything in. I think I just finished it in 2 days.
Oh.
Because like he gave me all the instructions that day, like he was doing this, and then like done. That's nice. Really easy.
Oh, so you're saying that it's actually really easy to get through that process of applying for your Epic Advantage?
I think the only hard part of getting the Epic money is to get an internship.
Okay.
Or maybe like find a place to use the Epic money itself, because like you need an approval from the people.
Yeah.
But then did you have to take the Epic class before you could access?
Yes.
How was that?
It was easy because I think the EPIC class itself is more helpful for the people who don't have an internship but want an internship. But because I already had an internship, I already have a resume, because when I came to Earlham, I needed a resume because I'm a transfer student. I sent them not practically a resume, but I sent them a resume also because I wanted to show them like I'm eligible about these kind of things.
Okay.
So yeah, it was an easy class as I think, because like it's a pass or fail class also.
But then recently I heard that they removed the Epic class. Now you have to do like certain hours. You have to meet like a career coach.
Yeah, I think now you have to meet I believe it's 5 times, 5 or 6 times with a career coach.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I think is more.
From
But
next
it-
semester?
I think
Yeah.
starting this semester, they're like doing a pilot for people
Oh
my
who
my
are
gosh,
God,
what
interested.
about
for a
me?
few people.
I listened to that class. Ugh. I mean, he was a nice professor.
Yeah, because I think it's more practical, like what you're saying. Because with the epic class, I feel like what you mentioned earlier, that sometimes if you're someone who already has figured out what you want to do, and then they're taking you, like teaching all of this stuff.
Yeah,
But
that's
then if
true.
you're like meeting a career coach and you're more like designing what you really want to do, the epic advantage money. So I think that's
Yeah, it's
really
more
cool.
interactive, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. The class. So what you're saying actually is that the epic class is just for people who are trying to figure out what they want to do with their epic advantage. It's not. I thought that it was actually maybe they're teaching people how to like plan and budget for the epic advantage and
Uh-huh.
things like this. But based on what you're saying is that it's for students. It helps students to come up with ideas for internships and where to look for them.
Yeah, I think it's more of a class that teaches you how to write your resumes, how to write
Mm.
your CVs,
Oh.
maybe plan for your life, I guess, because like he was talking also about like work and life balance and these kind of things. Yeah, I think it's more of a planning your life.
So it's almost like career skills or like
Yes.
professional
Yes.
development skills. I see. Okay.
So I'll be really interested that, like you mentioned, that you're international student who recently moved here. So how are you feeling like moving to North Carolina for like the summer? Have you already met some friends, or how's it?
So are you talking about how I feel after coming to America or
Ye-
like
yeah, like-
specifically?
Maybe you can start
can
off
start
by
with, like-
talking about that, and then you
Exactly.
can.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. When I first came to America, I felt really friendly because I was already really friendly to English, the language, and everybody was really friendly actually because like in Korea, you don't say hi to a stranger when you walk by. I thought it was really interesting. And then when I came to Earlham, it was more friendly because they kind of was treating me like their family. They were trying to help me because like, it's like my first year and like they know I'm an international student and it was a really nice experience. And then because I already attended university in Korea I actually attended university for 3.5 years. So it was really different. The academic things were different because in Korea you need to be in the first place, the only first place to get an A plus. But like in America, I figured out like if you go over 93, I think you get an A plus.
Yeah.
So it was more chill. I feel it was more chill for me to study also, and the professors were really interactive. They were like telling us like ask questions. I'll give you my email or these kinds of things. There was no hierarchy stuffs in the academic, which was really nice. And then I talked with people outside of Richmond, which was the professor in North Carolina, which was also friendly. I was kind of shocked because I thought like only Richmond people were friendly. Like it was a
Yeah.
small place, So I was talking to him. He gave me a lot of opportunities. And yeah, that was like I felt like it was a really friendly experience until now.
Wow,
That's nice.
That's really nice. So you mentioned something about like school in South Korea. It was a bit more like strict. For example, he had to come up with A plus for you to proceed to the next grade. So I'm wondering, how has it been for you, like here at LM, in terms of like, did you manage to get like other opportunities outside class for you to
Excel.
besides
Yeah, I
only
think-
focusing on academics?
I think what you're I think I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Because I tried to get outside like out class. How should I say the outside opportunities?
Yeah.
It was really hard, to get an outside opportunity in Korea. I'm just trying to think why it was hard. Anyways, it was hard. It was kind of hard, but in here, I feel like people are more open-minded. I think it's because it's It's Earlham also because it's a I forgot the name for it.
Liberal.
Yeah,
right?
liberal
okay,
arts
yeah.
college.
Okay.
So actually, they don't care a lot about majors. But in Korea, what the university I attended was like they already had a major, and like they were kind of having some prejudice to people who have like specific majors.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of hard for me to get the opportunities that I wanted, like really fastly. But as if in Earlham, I figured out I can find a lot of opportunities by talking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they actually don't care about your major also because like nobody has a specific major as it in my class because like I'm not a senior. Because like seniors they already have a major, but like beneath seniors they actually don't have a specific major yet. They just want something. So they're really open-minded. And also, I think the best part of Earlham is like you can make your own opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, the campaign that I was trying to do, the preventive oral care thing, I just made a proposal and was sending to majority of people in Earlham because I really wanted to do that campaign. I wanted to give some impact, like in Richmond or like maybe in Earlham. And then they were like responding to me, oh, yeah, I think that proposal is really nice. Maybe we can fund some money or these kind of things. And I actually got funded, like I got funded for like a little bit of money. And then I could,
Congratulations on that.
And that's still like a really good start.
Yeah. I think it's like good because in Korea, it's not a like, I think the culture is like this. If you kind of show yourself too much, people will think like you're kind of bragging
Yeah.
or this kind of things. But in America, I feel like if I even though I show a lot, like people will think, oh, maybe she wants to do something. That's
Mm.
why she's showing a lot to
Mhm.
us. And then like they try to figure out how to help me, or maybe it's because I'm in Earlham. Like they really try to figure out how to help me. Yeah.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that if you wanted to start up something, you can just write a proposal and like email it to people.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was actually really random. I just because I'm a person who, if I have a feeling that I want to do something, I really need to do something. I just go for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my personality. So I thought this proposal looks really nice, and I got really nice feedback on the Flossy project, like the preventive oral care project.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of professor was like telling me like, oh, keep going. I think this idea is really nice. So I think that's what boosted me to make a proposal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like, why not? Why not? Like it's just go for it.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I'm sorry for bringing you a bit backwards, but then what I would be interested in is like earlier on when you started the podcast, you mentioned that I think you're a biochemistry major, but then I was wondering if you were able to use the flexibility of you not, like you said in Korea, you were forced to only stick to your majors, right? But then since you came here, were you able to take other classes which are not related to your major, like biochemistry?
I actually figured out maybe I can listen to some business courses, or because these days I'm interested in the preventive oral care stuff. My target people. How should I say target customer? Not it's not a
demographic.
target
or-
market in Richmond is low income people. Like I got a proposal because like I made a proposal out of that because where in Earlham there's a program called a health externship, which in America if you want to be in the health career you need to shadow a person, which is like you follow, like it's just basically you go to that office, you follow around the dentist, doctor or somebody, and then you need to kind of earn the credits. Like usually it's 100 hours. So yeah, so I do the health externship in the WellCare Health Center in Richmond, which is a public health center, like, and they get Medicaid, which is like a how should I say
It's like health.
health insurance for
insurance,
low
yeah,
income people.
medical,
Yeah.
So I just figured out maybe like if these people, because these people have hard time paying a large bill if they get maybe really big disease, gum disease or these kinds of things. I thought if they just do some preventive oral care and like people are really stressed out of these kinds of things because some people don't know how to do preventive oral care. Second, they don't have the time because like it's like always every time is like they need to leave and like fight for their lives. And then I became really interested in these kinds of things. And actually today, CGH had a session about this Medicaid and like cutting of Medicaid. And I think it was like the social justice building that were talking about that. And I talked about this situation with that person, and he was like really open to that conversation. He said like, "Oh, even though you're a biochemistry major, I really want to talk with you. Let's make about appointment or talk about something because like it's about insurance." And I thought it was really interesting because in Korea, if I talk about these kind of things, they will say like, "Oh, but you're not like a business major or like a person who's in insurance." Like, so I don't think it's like a good thing to talk about this. But yeah, in here everybody's like really open, so I think I got the opportunity.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I know we've throughout our conversation so far you've said preventive oral care a number of times. Maybe you want to like explain what that is for the viewers.
Oh, okay. This will be out in next semester, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing like my first move will be in the wellness fair. Actually, it's tomorrow.
Oh.
So the wellness fair is a fair in Earlham, which is like it will happen in AWC. There will be like 51 companies which is related to healthcare. And as for companies, I'm saying like the mental things and the hospitals also. So I'm doing a tabling session about preventive oral care. And I'm trying to promote more of flossing and toothbrushing. Like it's like a team, how should I say, team project. I want to tell people that not only toothbrushing is like important, but also flossing is also important because I figured out if you only brush your teeth, it takes care of only the 65% of your tooth itself. So the in-between parts and the gum parts are like left out. So like the 35% is just left out. And it happens to, the problem is that people know that toothbrushing is important because it shows up really fastly. Maybe it like happens to make a decay or something. But people actually don't know what's happening inside the gums itself. And people don't go to the dentist until it hurts, until that tooth hurts. So I wanted to send a message that why you need to take care of your gums in terms of long time journey. Because like you're not going to use your tooth only for 30 years. You're going to use it for your whole life. Especially your adult tooth because the before tooth like goes away. And yeah, that's what I was trying to promote in that health session and in this campaign.
Okay, so preventative oral care then is like things like brushing and flossing and just generally taking care of your teeth before they get to a point where you need to see a dentist.
And actually you can like not go to the dentist a lot of times if you do like nice preventive oral care. And I am working with the hygienist like in WellCare Health Center about this project, and she always tells me that if you just like floss for a while, like she always tells me like if you floss, some people like have some bleeding on their gums and they will say like, oh, because it bleeds I don't want to floss anymore, but that is not the point. The reason why it's bleeding is because you didn't floss until now. Like they have kind of a misconception about these kinds of things. So people kind of become really, how should I say, not positive. Not positive to flossing and these kind of maybe brushing also. I've never seen people who don't brush, but like maybe some people don't brush. So I just wanted to give them a little bit more education about these kinds of things because it's just like a little bit of boost. And also, if I talk a little bit more about this, there's a typical way of brushing. Did you guys know?
Cousin, did you know?
Like there's a typical...
I know growing up, like they used to tell me you're supposed to brush like
in circles,
in
right?
circles, right?
Yeah, and,
As opposed
Uh-huh.
to like
and
up
you
and
don't have
down.
to like squash your gums. You have to do it like gently.
Yeah, and
you know.
then there has to be like a certain amount of time you spend on each
For me, they tell me
side or
like you have to
something like
count
that.
like up to 10 seconds per 10 times per teeth or something. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I figured out while I was doing this project, it changes over time.
Mm.
Like how you need to brush, kind of like the teaching sessions kind of change over time. And these days, the most famous thing is, I think it's called the Bass method, which you make your toothbrush angle 45 degrees so that you can brush your whole gums,
Mm.
because they figured out the problem is the gums itself. Because if you don't brush your tooth nicely, like if you don't care about your gums, because I told you like 35% is like missing out. If you don't care about those 35%, the gums will start like bleeding or like getting inflammation, and the bacteria, because like if you eat some stuffs and you don't brush or like you don't care about your tooth a lot, the bacteria happen to go inside your gums, so it'll kind of like make a problem.
Mm.
And like there's a bone in here, right?
Yeah.
Like the bone is holding the teeth,
Yeah.
but the when the gum starts making a problem, the bone starts like to retreat a little bit, and then the thing is the gums follow the bones
Oh.
where the bones are going.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually you can lose your tooth if that happens, like
Yeah.
in the long term, maybe like after you're 50, 60, and then you need to get an implant, which is like really expensive.
Mm.
So yeah, that's why I was trying to promote the preventive oral care, because like it can, maybe like it won't be like a legit suggestion, like a 100% suggestion. You anyways need to go to the dentist
Yeah.
to get some checkups, but like it'll lower the price. Yeah, so I was aiming for that.
This I know we got swallowed up a bit. This is a very cool topic. Maybe now we might move on to something slightly a bit different. So I know that you're an international student, right? So have you been involved with the Center for Global Education, for example? Have they maybe help you with like tax filing and something related to those lines?
Oh yeah. Like I actually did a tech session. I think it was in spring break. That was nice because I was struggling in tech sessions. I was really scared
Yeah.
because like the scary part is like you didn't pay your tax, you get money, or you get like kicked out of America, like which none of the international students want that to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just like went to one of the sessions and like they really helped me out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think those sessions are really great for helping us figure out our taxes, because it's a really complicated process.
That is true.
if you
That is
don't
true.
know. Yeah.
So maybe do you have any last words you want to share with like maybe prospective students or other students that are watching this podcast? Like any advice or?
What I want to say is, don't wait for your opportunities. You need to find your opportunities.
Find your opportunities.
Yeah, because I heard this from a lot of students actually. They always tell me like, "Oh, I figured out in my senior year that like there's such like a lot of opportunities, but I didn't find it until now. So I'm just like trying to figure out like how to use those opportunities my senior year." And also for me also, like I just made up a random proposal, and then like they started helping me, and like it's kind of becoming big. And so I want to tell everybody to just like find your opportunities. Like you need to get your opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah,
just
that-
like wait for the opportunities to come to you.
Right, you get that. Find
Yeah.
your opportunities.
Yeah, I'll definitely be writing that up on my board to make sure that I remember. So I think you said earlier that you wanted to leave by 5, and now it's a bit past 5. So
Oh really?
yeah,
Okay.
I think we can close up. Thank you for listening. This is the Epic Stories podcast. You can find us everywhere that you listen to your podcasts.
Spotify, YouTube, and also on Instagram.
Apple Podcasts. Yeah. So yeah, see you next time.
See you next time.